Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Black question mark might be swinging over.
We shall see.
we shall see.
He gonna come in like Juggernaut. We're just gonna be sitting there talking, just like, oh, it's Black question mark, bitch.
Man. So are we doing a tribute show, bro? Or man,
we gonna see where it takes us. I think I still got stuff on the docket, but I mean, we gonna talk about we gotta talk about first and foremost. So man, you know what? Let's just go ahead and kick it off, man.
Let's go ahead and kick it off, y'all.
We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. For you, nigga. For you, nigga.
We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. We take what we want. We the realest in the business. We want the gold, sucker.
Hulk Hogan,
we coming for you, nigga. Coming for you, nigga.
Shit.
We coming for you, cast. I try to get it upbeat.
Yeah, it's that's about as upbeat as we gonna get right now.
Yeah,
so.
man.
Yeah, we let's you know what? Let's get past all the motherfucking preliminaries.
Yeah.
My name is RVS. You can find me at French ISO 6. That's FRANCHICE06. And the co-host over here is.
I am ROD, aka Rated R. You can find me on all social media platforms at the number 8TD _R. Damn, that was loud today. That was a good one.
The echo resounded in all communities on that one. So, man, if you listen to this show, and you have not, you've been, just looking at your phone, looking at everything, looking at wrestling news at any point over the past few days, that, I'm tired of getting on here like every few episodes and saying like, every few episodes I gotta say stuff like this, but this one hits way harder, you know what I'm saying? Because, as y'all know, this person is like a main thread of our show. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that inspired us and like really, really, really embodies the spirit of what this podcast is supposed to embody. But in case you haven't heard, the unfortunate news is that Jerome Young, also known as New Jack, passed away on Friday, May 14th of a heart attack.
Yep.
And man, that was one of those things that, it's, we came and talked to y'all when Shad Gaspard passed. We talked to y'all when we lost a lot of pro wrestlers. Brody Lee over the past, Butch Reed, like a lot of folks. But this one hit especially hard for us just because what I'm saying, like, for me, number one, shout out to Rated R, man. I just want to say right now, like, thank you again for getting that cameo for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the part that hit hard for me, because it was just like, this man just literally wished me happy birthday.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I was honestly working on trying to get him on for the show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We were, no cap.
Right, exactly. So I'm gonna say this, like, as long as I'm editing the show, as long as me and ROD are on this show, New Jack will continue to be a thread on this show.
Yes.
Just because, a lot of the things that for everything that people say, or however he was, and New Jack was New Jack. Jack was Jack. Jack was Jack, but he kept it real. And that's the thing that a lot of people are saying about New Jack. So Rated R, man, let me get your thoughts, man.
I want to say probably between like 2016 up into now, I got kind of accustomed to knowing New Jack's version of his story or his life through YouTube. Like, I found out about New Jack late. Like, ECW was already sold. I've heard about him, you know, so I saw little clips, you know, somebody diving off of a balcony or something like that. But like, I've never really known this man's story until like the last like maybe 5 or 6 years. The previous job that I had, I was on the road a lot, and even the job before that, I was on the road a lot. And there were plenty of times on the road where, you know, a New Jack shoot video, or I mean, great, if you just type his name on YouTube, there's hours, countless hours.
Yes.
Content.
Yes.
But if you can really get past like all the stabbings and the I mean, countless profanity and stuff, there's a side of him that you can, if you get through that shit, that I don't think a lot of people know about. And I think he was a really misunderstood individual.
Yep.
Another thing too, that, you know, this might catch me hell on this podcast, but who cares? That's what we do.
Oh, we about to catch a lot of hell on this podcast. Yeah. I'm taking this some places.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
New Jack doesn't get the credit he deserves for a lot of the things that propelled professional wrestling to where it is today.
Absolutely.
A lot of that Attitude Era was him.
Yep.
He was Attitude Era before it was even a metaphor, before it was even a phrase, before it was even a thought.
Yep.
The stuff that he put out on Smoky Mountain, that, you know, I got to give shout outs to Jim Cornette, giving him the liberties to say some of the crazy shit this man said. But he was ahead of his time. I mean, he was doing this stuff 94, 95.
Yep.
90. But there was no ECW. There was no Attitude Era. It was New Jack. I mean, I implore all of you guys to just kind of, if you really want to find out about, go through some of his stuff, some of his long interviews on YouTube, and kind of listen. And he tells some stuff about the business that is his side, but kind of makes you think about a couple of things.
Right.
One thing that I'm going to say, I'm going to end with this. Again, shout outs to Cameo and New Jack doing this, so I can give my best friend here since third grade that gift. I mean, the dude just did that with me. But to close out, New Jack was known worldwide and never went major.
Exactly.
Never went to none of the only major company we went to was with ECW, but he wasn't there longer than he was in Smoky Mountain. This man, whether if it's good or bad, and he'll say that, a lot of it might be bad, but I cannot sit here and tell you that there aren't some careers that New Jack and his content and his attitude and just his thought process that he didn't help. You know,
yes, right.
and I mean not him helping, you know, the other person. There's probably a few people that he did help. We won't know, but I'm talking about styles and cultures of it. The hardcore. New Jack was Jerome Young is New Jack.
Exactly.
New Jack is Jerome Young. That's him.
Right.
This man has been known worldwide, all over pro wrestling. He never has seen a WWE camera.
Right.
Not once. He's never seen a WCW camera. Not once. Did a small stint in TNA.
Yep.
This man is known nationwide, worldwide, and never went major. That says a lot.
Absolutely, man. And you know, it speaks a lot to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like what you said about New Jack and his legacy, flat out, because, you know, as we talk about Black culture in general, especially in pro wrestling.
Yes.
A lot of the times, you know, it's that whole thing, you know, it's the same thing in rap. Like, you have people that move the needle that don't get the recognition for it, or because they move the needle in one area, they only get the recognition for for going too far or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how when Pimp C went to jail or when Pimp C passed, everybody was this huge fan of Pimp C, but they were the underground kings for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They stayed the underground kings for a reason. And that's the same thing with New Jack. Even when we talk about, you know, like the people that New Jack helped, one of the, I mean, you know, and we're going to get into this later on. Paul Heyman had a really dope tribute. We're going to play that.
I saw that today. That was really,
we're going to play that in its entirety.
For what they went through.
Exactly.
It was classy.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I was asked before this show went on the air if I would like to say a few words about the passing of ECW original New Jack. And I avoid eulogies as best I can because anytime I'm faced with them, the first thing that comes to mind is, hey, this sucks, and there's no good spin I can put on it. When I heard that New Jack had passed away, my hope was that New Jack had turned to his wife and said, hey, I'd like to read my own obituary. Call a bunch of people and tell them that I died. And then everybody's going to make a big fuss about it, and I'll read about my own life. And then at some point this weekend, they'd sell a bunch of T-shirts, and he'd sit there and go, gotcha. Because that's what New Jack would do. And apparently it's not so, which sucks. And usually when we would pay tribute to somebody here in WWE, we'd show a lot of footage of that person. And to be blunt, we can't show you a lot of footage of New Jack because he was the most non-PG performer in sports entertainment history. Because New Jack was a gangster. And everybody who was a fan of ECW that came to see ECW, who watched ECW, knew that fact from the moment his music hit. And no, we never had rights to use his music. Why? Because as an organization, we were gangsters. And New Jack was the most gangsters of all of us gangsters. It's over 20 years ago. And anybody that ever saw New Jack perform live or heard him cut a promo understood just how real he was. Jerome Young was quite an individual. And deep in his heart, he was every bit of New Jack that he could offer you. I wish you all a most extreme weekend. Gangsta style.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Hey, the tweet from Taz.
Yep.
That was classy.
Yep.
Classy. Got nothing but respect for you to do that. Now, they
exactly.
Didn't see eye to eye, but for him to at least tribute him, you got my respect.
Exactly. And I think that, you know, like, Paul said this. He was basically saying like, yo, it sucks to have to eulogize somebody like this. But one of the silver linings coming out is that we're seeing a lot of the folks that New Jack helped. Because here's the thing. Here's how real of a cat New Jack is. I'm going to say is.
Right.
Because all of this lives on through all of the content that he put out. You know, he never talked about all the people he put on. Mm. Now watch a bunch of these other pro wrestlers. Watch a bunch of these other people in general. A lot of people are quick to point and say, yo, I put them on. I put them on. I put them on. But MVP actually made a post on Instagram earlier today. And he said, you know, later on he was going to upload a video about, his relationship with New Jack. But the tidbit that he added on was the first time that he was booked and actually flown somewhere for a wrestling match. It was New Jack that flew him out to the match, that made sure that he got there.
Right.
New Jack wasn't a promoter.
Right.
He wasn't booking the show. Right. But he saw something in a young cat that was wrestling. Yep. A young cat that was literally, trying to turn his life around, got into pro wrestling to do so. New Jack took him under his wing and was just like, hey, check this out. I'll fly you out to the show, fly you back home. You get to keep all that bread in your pocket. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of real cat that New Jack is.
About as real as you can get.
Exactly.
A black pro wrestler. Like, he was the true black pro wrestler. No, IWC, go ahead, come at me, man. Y'all already doing it now, but you, like I said, I'm coming from this from different eyes. You gotta,
absolutely,
you really have to go down the rabbit hole of the New Jack tapes on YouTube and listen to a lot of his interviews. That man got me through 2016, 2017, just his life story. Yep. I mean, the fucked up part, his dad died the exact same way. Right. And check out that Vlad interview that he did. You get a lot, like, people, and this goes with my own life too. Like, people don't really know what people are dealing with or have dealt with, what makes them who they are.
Right.
Try to take that in consideration before you make these posts or tweets or make judgment about somebody, because you don't know. Yeah. Some things you just don't tell the public or tell people. You don't know. Right. So that's my nugget I'm gonna give to y'all. If you like me or hate you, fuck, I don't care.
Hey,
don't judge a book by its cover, man, because you don't know what that person is dealing with or has dealt with.
Exactly. So I'm glad you said that in a very nice way, because I'm not about to say it in a nice way. Because I'm not about to say it. It's time for another one of these RVS rants. So and this is specifically, like, you've seen the tweets, you've seen the comments on Instagram. I'm coming at Reddit's neck right now. Because go on. I want you, if you listen to this and you're not in the car, if you're sitting somewhere and you got access to your phone, pull up the New Jack Has Passed Away mega thread on Reddit.
Oh, hell.
And you are going to see
some of the meanest shit,
some of the most terrible, vile shit about this man, all based off of his character, what he did in the ring. You got people. I'm not going to even repeat it. All I'm gonna say is, hey man, listen. I'm not gonna wish nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. But I'm just gonna say, hey man, that stuff comes back.
Yep.
Right? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yep. But what I wanted to get into though is, again, so many people. We're talking about people that either was cool with New Jack, or they might have been, they might have been in the trenches with him in ECW. They might not have been on the best terms, but the one thing that they said was that he was real. Yep. That his character was easily believable.
It was him.
That was him. That was him 100%. People bring up the mass transit incident and they say, oh, well, he stabbed this young kid and he did all this and his dad sued, his dad was recording it, but they conveniently leave out the fact that if we're talking about pro wrestling, New Jack protected the business because you had a young kid that somehow convinced Paul Heyman or whoever else was in charge of that show that he was 21 years old when in fact he was 17, that he knew how to wrestle when in fact he didn't. And he proved that he didn't know wrestling when he sat down in a match and said, hey, New Jack, how about you blade me in this match? I don't know. I ain't never did it before. How about you do it? You don't think for a second that New Jack being the observer, because here's the other thing. Let me say this to help you out.
Go ahead. Because I can hear people. we're not condoning what this man did was correct. So let's
exactly.
We're gonna say what new. Let's just be the shit was wrong. Okay,
right.
We're not saying. We're not. So y'all don't. Oh, we come for you, can't shit. Jim stabbed. I can hear the shit now. We're not saying that was wrong. He almost did fair time for that shit too.
Right.
I'm agreeing with. We are not agreeing with that. Again, for the people in the back, we did not agree with New Jack stabbing mass transit. Continue.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like basically what I was gonna say. In pretty much anything I talk about from here on, would I have done that? No.
No.
So let me make this clear. However, if you listen to New Jack and you listen to what he's saying and you listen to his story and look at his life, that brother was observant. That brother observed, hey man, I don't think this kid knows who he is.
Right.
Or I don't think this kid is who he says he is, right? So he was protecting the business, because let's flip it the other way. You have so many people. You had Vader, you had Dr. D. David Schultz, you have a lot of other cats that we don't know about that were protecting the business, that assaulted people in order to protect the business, that got locked up in order to protect the business. Okay. All right. So we talk about the Vic Grimes incident, right? Now, again, would I have done that? No.
That was fucked up.
Would I have done that? No. But also, here's the thing. You want to know what else is fucked up?
What's that?
Again, we talk about the wrestling business. We talk about the time-honored traditions of the wrestling business. So one of the time-honored traditions of the wrestling business is, hey man, if you hurt me, you have a receipt coming. Okay. So you know, when you see a wrestling match and you see Brock Lesnar punch Braun Strowman in the face in the middle of a match and tell him to slow down.
What happened?
Everybody was like, oh well, he should have slowed down. He should have, he shouldn't have been. Okay, I got you. I give you that. Brock Lesnar
didn't have a 9-inch blade in his tight. I'm trying to be quality control, because dude, if Daryl puts this clip as the preview of the podcast, them motherfuckers are coming for your ass. And I'm trying to help you. And I know you want all the smoke.
I want all the smoke.
No, you don't care.
I want all the smoke.
We're trying because people are going, this one is going to be up there with the Brandy Rose thing. People are going to be looking at this shit. We are not condoning any of the action that this man has done. Okay.
So, but here's the thing. We talk about a receipt, because let's take it even further. Okay, we're gonna go on that. It ain't a 9-inch blade, but it is the punch of a former UFC champion to that man's face. You did punch him in the head, which can cause injury. Yeah. Now let's go back to another time-honored tradition in wrestling, because hey man, a lot of these people that are saying that they know all these bad things about New Jack, they know a lot about the business, right? Cool. Another time-honored tradition is, if you hurt somebody in the wrestling business, you call them, you check on them, you make sure they're okay. Did Vic Grimes do any of those things? No. Again, I wouldn't have done it that way. However, let's get into one more thing. We're talking about somebody who did a stunt, and okay, maybe him and Vic Grimes shouldn't have did that spot, but Paul Heyman didn't stop him. No other ECW official stopped him. Pretty sure they ran it by folks before they did it.
They benefit from it.
They benefited from all of it, right? Well, we're talking about somebody who got his in that move, in Vic Grimes being almost 400 pounds and falling on New Jack's head. We're talking about somebody that had a skull injury and a brain injury. The fact that one of the time-honored wrestling traditions is to everybody be an independent contractor and not have healthcare, not have insurance, basically have to continue to work after getting injured in that way. So he didn't have the time to actually get checked out. Actually, somebody say, hey man, you got a brain injury, sit down, we'll pay you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't wrestle no more. Maybe you do appearances and all that. But then they turn around and let that man get into the ring with the same dude again. of course, we've seen this so many times. WWE just got the lawsuit dismissed from all of the wrestlers that sued them from having concussions. They just got it dismissed. Wow. Just got it dismissed. But WWE has also changed their style since then. They've changed all of the things. They've tried to mitigate people getting concussions. And when people do have concussions, they don't let them wrestle anymore. They let Daniel Bryan come back, then let Christian come back. Okay, they are more stringent on the shit. So they've learned. They're trying to do better. Mm-hmm. But you have to look at everything. Everything. Do you think that a man that's like probably didn't have the time to let a brain injury heal, that was already, you know, just on a side, somebody that already had 4 justifiable homicides allegedly wouldn't take things into their own hands? So this is the thing.
Do your research on the 4 justifiable homicides. Do your research.
Exactly. So but the biggest thing about these people on Reddit and these people on the internet is that, it's messed up because we talked about this on the show a little while ago. These are some same cats that would say stuff like, "Hey man, what Chris Benoit did was terrible, but he was a hell of a wrestler though." Let me tell you something. What the fuck? Let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it plain. I'm gonna say it simple and plain. A lot of the criticism, a lot of people saying what they are saying about New Jack right now is deeply rooted in racism. Flat out. Y'all are willing, because we're like I said, New Jack is wrong, right, but inherently the wrestling business is wrong. They know. There's a lot about the wrestling business that is wrong. Undertaker just had an interview where he said, "Hey man, I don't like the fact that I walk in the locker room and everybody playing video games. Back in my day, cats used to have knives on them and guns. They were real men." Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean like the real men in the ECW locker room? Mm-hmm. But everybody, I mean, now granted, some people were like, "Hey, Taker, you a little, but you know, God forbid, when it's Taker's time, ain't nobody gonna say he was a horrible individual because he talked about wasn't no real men in the locker room."
Not at all. I mean, respect to Mark Calloway.
Absolutely, 100%. No, there's no disrespect to him. No disrespect to him. All disrespect to the IWC who's out here saying crazy stuff about a man who just passed.
But to that point, I mean, Taker was. I mean, he's from a different. We talked about this before. He's from a different.
Exactly.
Right. Totally different guard. But people don't know the truth.
Exactly.
And I'm not. Listen, I may be a little naive, but a little biased to New Jack with what he said. But I mean, there's a lot of dirt he put out there.
Yep.
That maybe some of y'all might want to take a listen to.
Exactly.
Definitely pertaining racism.
Exactly.
A lot of shit. I don't even think I want to fucking talk about on this podcast. I know we say all the smoke, but some smoke, I don't know. We're not ready to have that. You do yourself a favor and you want to say, "Oh, that's bullshit." Fine, that's your opinion. But
right,
there's a lot of shit New Jack put to light.
Right.
That are the same motherfuckers that are going on Twitter right now saying, "Oh, R.I.P. New Jack." And
exactly.
You did that to the sport. You did that and that's enough, man. You about to get me on my fucking soapbox.
Come on, let's do it.
Somebody, this hits with me. Somebody, I'm not a friend of, but I'm an acquaintance to, and he has a lot of acquaintances in the area that I bowl. I bowl in league and stuff like that. And it's R.I.P. DJ, man. He passed away a week ago.
Oh man.
And, it's just I'm not saying that this was from the bowling community, because I'm pretty sure this dude reached a lot of people's lives, and the love is there, and 9 times out of 10 it's probably genuine for sure. But I guess the way I'm gonna say this is, man, give people their flowers while they're here.
Absolutely. 100%.
Never know when your time card's gonna get punched. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, man. Like, you just never know, man. Just give people this love. You don't know what people are dealing with. Now, what happened with him was tragic, and it was based off of what someone else did driving. But again, give people their flowers while they're here. You know,
for sure.
If they deserve it, give it to them. You know, I'm not gonna be on the box of say, no, man. Just give people flowers while they're here, man. Like, because you just never know what's gonna happen. You know, I did not see that New Jack going out like this 59.
Right. No, 50, yeah, 58.
Now,
right.
I'm pretty sure some narcotics and wrestling had a lot to do with his heart condition. Now, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, he has contributed a lot to the sport of professional wrestling, and it didn't get the credit he deserved, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna get pissed off if he gets it now. And we know HOF. If I hear HOF, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because I mean, the Paul Heyman tribute aside, because we knew Paul was gonna say something. We know Paul got the platform, but and I chalked this up to, you know, they have to say it, but you know, WWE even tweeting out, you know what I'm saying, like, WWE is saddened to learn that Jerome Young, known in ECW as New Jack, passed away today at 58. WWE extends its condolences to Young's family and friends. The first thing I said, now, and I likened this to, you know, one of my fraternity brothers that passed on. We were at his funeral, and they were reading statements from various brothers in the frat. And they ended on this one statement from this one brother that I knew, that everybody knew he ain't like. And we was just like, come on, why y'all read that one? We're like, come on, man, why y'all read that?
Yep.
What I thought about was, man, how mad would New Jack be if he saw WWE finally said something about him?
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, New Jack was like, these motherfuckers are now. I'm dead now. Now y'all, boy, I damn near heard his ghost saying, "These motherfuckers, I can hear motherfuckers for it now."
Right, exactly. Now, you know, I don't think they're gonna go as far as put up the you know, they got
they're not doing the video.
They're not doing no video package. They but I'm saying they probably might not even do the joint at the beginning where they you know, the silent tribute at the beginning. I don't even think they're doing that.
No, they not.
But yeah, man, it's, again, I understand it's a wrestling world thing. They pretty much own all of the content that he's in. They're heavily edited, like ain't none of it in its original form. And it's gonna be even worse at Peacock.
Thanks a lot, Peacock. Thanks a lot.
Some intern at NBC is still trying to edit all of that shit. Like the moment they saw this, they were just like, "Hold on, wait. Oh, come on!" They were like, "Yo, y'all, you better put out one of them collections on New Jack." And they're like, "Here's a minute and a half. Here you go." Right. But you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, I think if the wrestling business is going to truly progress, and I'm gonna say this too because it's sort of related. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I've read a lot about the Macho Man Randy Savage A&E biography, right? So a lot of the biographies, even for the people that have passed on, or you know, it's like Stone Cold's, Booker T's, they've been very positive pieces. But for Randy Savage, they focused in on a lot of Randy's troubles, or a lot of, you know, saying his issues or whatever he was going through. Wrestling has to get over, if wrestling's going to progress, it has to get over that carny shit of, well, I didn't like this person, so I'm going to tell their story in this way. If you're going to tell people's stories, tell tell it the same way. It's the same way that they did Ultimate Warrior when he first lost. Now, again, Ultimate Warrior is another cat that if you really, well, I'm not gonna say another cat, but he's a cat that if you really just like dig into stuff that he said and stuff that he's done, again, hey man, not the most, upstanding person in the world, right?
Right.
But they made sure that they brought him back to truly get a tribute after that first like highs and lows or the rise and fall of Ultimate Warrior where they smeared him. They still gave him time before he passed on to give him his flowers. Right. Wrestling has to get over that Carney shit. Even with Randy Savage got brought back by 2K.
Right.
And then it basically forced WWE's hand to have to kind of say something about him, but they let him pass away before he was put in the Hall of Fame, before they really bigged up him.
Right.
They got to get over this Carney shit.
Right.
Flat out. And just really start, hey man, if the people at the top of the company don't have nothing good to say, then go find the people that will.
Yep.
And again, because Chris Jericho says this, we're talking about a business of his words of, what is it, gypsies, thieves, and gypsies, con men, and thieves, right?
Yep.
So they have to you can't pick some of them and then be like, yeah, but these over here, they ain't quite right.
But let's just keep it real though. Our country's that way.
Exactly.
We about to go. We get deep, y'all. This country don't get. We. Oh boy, yeah, come for us, dog. I'm saying it. The country was built off of that type of shit.
Exactly.
The country was built off the backs of blacks, and people are taking the fucking credit for it and getting paid off of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the truth. You can't. Yo, y'all brought our asses over here.
Yep.
But with that being said, I think a lot of it has to do with the social media. Everybody wants to be a part of something and they want to, say something. Everybody got something to say, and whatever you say, literally the whole world can see it. And just when it comes to like death now, everybody wants to be, a part of it. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I don't never known Jerome Young. I just got really in tune with his story, and I got to know more about him. And I think if more people were to take that same, if you care, take that same approach and learn more about it before you say something that is egregious. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
You don't know everybody. Dude, this dude, New Jack saw his mom get stabbed by his dad.
Right.
Dad died at 5. He from the streets. Firstly, if you don't know nothing about that, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know about that shit, because I don't. Right. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know that life.
Right.
But I can show empathy and show a reason of understanding and knowing where this man came from.
Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. Empathy. Yep. Empathy. That's another thing that this country was not built on empathy. And we're seeing a lot of that right now for a lot of reasons that we're not gonna get into because this turned into a political podcast real quick.
This shit we hey, bring the scenario on. Let's get hey, fuck it.
We gotta bring in scenario politics as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I want to say, not even in closing, but just like, we are going to continue to big up the things the positive things. And I don't like, even to say the positive things, not to neglect or negate anything else, but we are going to big up the positive things that Jerome Young, New Jack did for the wrestling business and for Black wrestling fans. I'll tell you this story, man. Like, so I got put on ECW a little bit earlier than Rated R here. So us being WWF kids growing up, man, we believed the WWF view of the wrestling business, where it was like, yo, ain't nobody else. I didn't like I ain't rock with WCW. I ain't know nothing about the NWA. I ain't know nothing about none of that as a kid.
Right.
But in 1997, when ECW invaded Raw, and they were just like, yo, this is extremely crappy wrestling. You know, this, that, and the third.
Right.
I was just like, I believed it. I was just like, yo, you know, hey man, you know, who are all these people? So fast forward to ECW getting their deal with TNN and being on TNN for the first time. And I'll tell you this, the first time ECW on TNN came on, there were 3 people that made me be like, hey man, I think WWF was wrong.
Right.
It was Taz. When he came on, he said, beat me if you can, survive if I let you. I was just like, that's cold. That was the coldest thing I ever heard in a promo up until that point. I was like 14, 15. Rob Van Dam, because of it's Rob Van Dam.
Right.
But boy, when I can't even remember who was in the ring, but when Natural Born Killers start playing, and this brother walked out with a rag tied around his head, wearing fatigues, and with a trash can full of weapons and start beating whoever that was in the ring ass, I was like, this is cool. I like this. This is all right.
Dog. And then I went down a rabbit hole looking at some of the work he did in Smoky Mountain.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, that's why I'm saying a lot of the Attitude Era he was ahead of his time, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, him and Mustafa won the fucking tag team championships of Smoky Mountain. And New Jack went back in the hood with it was a Corvette with the Malcolm X license plate on the front of it. And these motherfuckers went to the hood with a bunch of other motherfuckers, and they just took the belts and gave it to people. Like, yeah, hold this. And it was like a fucking video. I'm thinking this shit back. They was drinking 40s and kicking it and listening to fucking NWA and shit. It was chilling. But you don't see that in pro wrestling.
You don't see it. You don't see it in pro wrestling now.
Before there was Nation of Domination, you got to give that shit to New Jack. New Jack started that shit.
There would be no Nation of Domination without New Jack.
No, none.
Flat out. Flat out. Man, so that brings up another story. So I can't remember. I was reading it on Reddit. So somebody was talking about it on YouTube. But apparently, so Tracy Smothers, another pro wrestler that's passed away recently, but trained New Jack.
Yep.
So Tracy Smothers in Smoky Mountain was using the Confederate flag as part of his gimmick. Okay, they in the South, all right, whatever. So him and New Jack, they boys. So New Jack having the forethought, he said, "Hey, bro, let me get a couple of them Confederate flag joints that you got, and I'm gonna take them out to my ring, and I'm gonna like wipe my ass with them, blow my nose in them, do some heel shit, right?"
Yep.
So Tracy Smothers gives him the things, and it works like clockwork. He blowing his nose, wiping his ass with it. The people are throwing shit at him, but the key is that after the show, they would be so mad at New Jack that they would walk over to the table and buy all of Tracy Smothers' merch to be like, "Yeah, you take that." And him and Tracy Smothers was so cool. Tracy was like, "Hey, look, I'm giving you the extra. Like, I'm splitting the extras with you."
I think the Rock and Roll Express.
Yep.
I think I don't know the names of the Rock and Roll Express, but I think one of them was one of the dudes that sparred New Jack. And it's a story I heard about this on YouTube. New Jack was like, "I'm pissed off." He was in the back, pissed off. Like, "Man, I'm about to go out here and beat somebody's ass." And
Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, by the way.
I think it was Ricky Morton. Yeah.
Ricky Morton. Yep.
Said, "Well, why are you gonna do that?" He said, "They called me a nigga." He's like, "Okay." Well, he's like, "Jack, sit down. Let me talk to you." He's like, "No, fuck that shit." He's like, "No, sit down. We trying to sell tickets." Mm-hmm. He said, "What?" He said, "You are doing your job. Mm-hmm. If you got some motherfucker in the fans ready to call you a nigga and fight you, you are doing your job." And New Jack said, that's when the shit clicked.
Yep. That's
when the shit made sense. Like, Ricky Morton said, "We selling tickets. That's what you're supposed to do. If they not trying to kill you when you leave here, you're not doing your job."
Exactly.
That means you're doing your fucking job extremely well.
Extremely well.
Extremely well. Now, some of the shit, like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No. Go. Let's tell as many as we can here, man. Let's do it.
I was listening to him on YouTube today, one of his shoot interviews. Him and Mustafa had a tag team match, and I think New Jack said he just had some dental work done and he couldn't talk.
Yeah.
And so New Jack did all the talking for the gangsters. So since he couldn't talk, he got Mustafa in the car and said, "Hey, we about to go over to Walmart." He said, "What the hell? We going to Walmart?" New Jack was like, "Look, just roll with me on this." Like, all right. So they go to Walmart. They go to the toy section, the doll section, and they go get a white baby doll, and they go get some rope and a noose. And then Mustafa's like, "Jack, what the fuck are you doing? Why are we doing this here?" And New Jack's like, "Look, just roll with me on this shit." Do you realize that this dude, because he couldn't talk, they went out on FCC airwaves on Smoky Mountain TV, and they held up a white baby doll in the middle of Kentucky with a white baby doll hanging from a noose, and Mustafa's taking a fucking Singapore cane and he's hitting the shit. They said the motherfuckers wanted to kill him. It's fucked. We laughing, but it's fucked up.
Yeah,
that's the type of shit he did. You want to talk when you talk about pushing the envelope?
Yeah.
Nigga, this is the envelope.
Well, but that was the thing where Ricky Morton told him, "Oh, we trying to sell tickets." He said, "Oh, I'm gonna sell some tickets. Oh, I'm gonna sell some tickets. All right." Well, I think too, man. Like there was a video, like one of those shoot videos. I think you probably seen it, where I think when New Jack and Mustafa went to ECW, there might have been some bad blood between him and Cornette and all that. Mm-hmm. But there was a shoot video where, unbeknownst to Jim Cornette, New Jack walks in, and for a split second, you see the look in Cornette's eyes. He's like, "Oh shit, oh no, I'm about to die." But New Jack comes in and is like, "Man, what's going on?" Just dapping him up, giving him, and you can.
Yeah, he came in. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we? Stop. See, y'all need to watch. The shit's funny as hell.
You have to watch these videos.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
And you immediately see like all the color come back into Jim Cornette's face, because he was just like, he's seen a ghost at first. He's
right.
And he was like, I don't know what's got to happen. But that was New Jack. We talking about in a business where you have, well, basically it used to be predicated on you believing that what you were seeing was real. Mm-hmm. When Ricky Morton sat down New Jack and smartened him up, he was like, "Oh, I could just be me, and that will sell tickets." Right. There's another thing, back in the day. So, I got into ECW when it was on TNN, and I was really close to the end of it. But after that, I was just like, ECW tapes, DVDs, anything I could watch, all the pay-per-views, anything I could watch. I'm watching it. Like, even watching New Jack on those, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things that I'll always tell people, like, if I'm sitting down watching, wrestling or something like that, people will be like, "Hey, man, the classic, oh, man, I can't really rock with that because that's fake." I'll be like, "Hold on, I'll be right back."
Wait a minute. I'm going to let you motherfuckers is calling this shit fake, and the same motherfuckers y'all was dressed up and for the fucking mask on, looking like you were Katana and Scorpion watching goddamn Mortal Kombat. So shut your ass up. Shut up. Go ahead.
Even more back then, it's the same people that was watching like Real World and Road Rules and all of that shit. Talking about, man, I don't really get into wrestling because it's fake. I'll be like, hold on a second. I come back with one of them ECW DVDs, and they immediately be like, "Hold up, wait. That shit real though. That shit."
Yeah, right.
Shit. Because I would either turn on a Sabu versus Sandman barbed wire rope match, where there's one spot in the match where Sabu goes for like a jump on Sandman in the corner, and he get caught on some barbed wire. And he tried to pull away from the barbed wire, and his arm does this. Now his shirt not his shirt, his arm skin does that.
Right.
And people be like, oh.
Right.
Or I would just turn on some. Now, if they were black, I would show them that first, and they'd be like, oh man. But then I turn on New Jack, and they'd be like, oh, this is cool. Hold on. Let me see some more of that dude match. Let me see some more. What are he doing?
Yeah.
You know, hey, the whole business is predicated. And you know what? Even I will admit that I'm going through the anger stage of grief. I'll admit that. Yeah. However, I'm gonna say this: the people saying crazy stuff about New Jack right now is more indicative of how real he was.
Yep.
How real he was. We talk about him as a character. We talk about him as a man. That's how real he was. You bought into it. He got you one last time.
Yep. One of the reasons why he said one of the reasons why he didn't go to WWE is because he didn't want to play that corporate game. He didn't want to play that kiss ass game. Now, you know, some people, they doing that to get a check, or they just doing it because, that's what, they said they can play the game. He wanted them cats that couldn't. That's why he didn't get that try. Him and MVP was that was trying out for WWE at the same time.
Exactly.
That corny shit. This is the story from New Jack. I don't know. This is what I'm not knowing, but this is what he said. Yeah. He said, I think it was, I don't know who it. I don't want to put his name out there. I don't want to say. But I heard that somebody, one of the officials in the back told him, "Hey, if you see Vince McMahon, don't say nothing to him. Just say hi and keep moving." But New Jack, him being that nigga,
exactly.
He went up to New Jack and he went up to Vince and said, "Hey, I'm New Jack. How you doing? I hope I give you what you want." They said because he did that, they already scratched his name off the tribal sheet, and he was done. So he took his pay, went across the street to the hotel he was at, drunk at the bar, and took his ass home.
Yep. but again, you know what I'm saying? Like that's that carny shit that if the wrestling business wants to progress, they got to get past that. Because listen, all of that was fine. I mean, and I understand the history of it, man. The history of, like, if you see a carnival pop up in your town, hey man, they might still, I don't know if they still will, call out, hey man, that person's a mark. They're gonna spend money. Or maybe they do. I ain't been to a legit carnival in so long. I couldn't tell you what it is. I think they still preserve kayfabe. Let me say that.
Right.
But that's the stuff that the wrestling business has to get over, because it also disproportionately affects Black people. Mm-hmm. We saw that same thing happen with Leo Rush. Mm-hmm. We saw that same thing happen with ACH, mm-hmm. where they were vocal about some shit that was racist, and it wasn't like, oh, well, you fired, or but we gonna let you go. We gonna softly let you go. Or with ACH, they said, oh, he has mental health issues. No, motherfucker, he's in a racist environment. He's calling you out on it, and you're fucking with him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not to say that there's anything wrong with Black people playing the corporate game. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Right.
I mean, a lot of us do that every single day.
Yep.
But it's just as admirable for somebody to say, you know what, that ain't for me. Mm-hmm. And New Jack said that wasn't for him.
Yep.
And he continued to work. He continued to do his thing. That's why he did all those shoot interviews, because he wanted to tell his story. He wanted to tell like what he's seen in the wrestling business. He even talked about when Sandman called him a nigga one time. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, yo, it wasn't no contempt. He said, we was high as shit. He said we was high as shit. He got pissed off at me for some reason. He called me a nigga. I beat his ass. Later on, we was cool again.
Right.
But those perspectives are valuable, because I was like, yo, I don't know if I wanted to talk about this on the podcast, but like I shared the story of Teddy Long. I was in a group chat, and shout out to homie Jari, man. Teddy Long works out at his gym in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they work out at the same gym. Okay. So he saw Teddy Long there, and he was talking about, oh yeah, man, I just saw Teddy Long, blah, blah, blah. And one of the homies was like, oh, like he's a little bit later on the wrestling fan train, so he couldn't remember. I think he had stopped watching when Teddy Long was general manager of SmackDown.
Yeah. So
we was explaining to him, blah, blah, and I was just like, yeah, man, Teddy Long's cool. He did say Flair called him a nigga one time, and they was just like, damn.
Right.
We don't like to think about that with Ric Flair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody loves Ric Flair. And to be fair, Teddy Long came out with an interview recently and was just like, you know, he didn't apologize for it, but he apologized for it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, it was one of those things where it was back in the day, Teddy Long was a ref, and he was like, it was some chicks that like tried to get in. They said, oh, you know, the black referee told us we can get in or something like that. Right. And he said, Ric Flair walked up to him and said, nigga, do you like working here?
Oh, shit. God damn.
Right? Right?
God damn.
That's what I said, because I had heard the story, but I didn't hear what he said. And like to hear Teddy Long say that, I was like, oh. But he was just like, look, I'm a businessman.
Right.
You know, you can say whatever you want to me. I ain't about to mess up my bag. I ain't about to. He was like, look, he said, look, you can call me whatever you want, but if you put your hands on me, that's when we got a problem. Right. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. But he was like, years and years later, when they went back to WWE, he was like, you know how you be talking to somebody and they don't apologize, they apologize. Right. Or it was just like, he was like, we were sitting there talking and he was just like, man, you know, back in the day, I was on some shit, man. You know, yeah, man, I was on some shit back in the day. I'd be drinking too much, and you get it, right? It's just like Teddy Long was like, all right, yeah, I get it. Right. So, you know, and that's not necessarily to say anything bad about Flair. Shit, if Daryl make this clip, whatever. But that's not to, you know, condemn Flair for it, because apparently, unlike some people, he shows some remorse for it.
Right.
But the perspective that New Jack gave, and that is still here and that will still live on, are the things that we need. Again, like you said, it's his perspective. There's three sides of every story. Yep. You know, their side, that side, and the truth. Yeah. So, hey man, you know, let's have a world tour of people that was there with New Jack. Because 9 times out of 10, Sandman was there with him, and Sandman, Balls Mahoney, yeah. He's no longer with us, but you know, get Sandman in there. He was like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Dude, there's an 8-part shoot interview with New Jack and Balls Mahoney. It's 8 parts on YouTube, and they damn near came to blows a whole bunch of times.
Ooh.
I can tell you what. Do you want me to tell you what it was all about?
Yeah.
So it was all about, and it kind of made sense. New Jack had like a year beef with these cats, and fought each other and all kinds of shit. New Jack didn't talk bad about his girlfriend, the mother of his children and shit. But all of this shit was based. That's what I'm saying. If you get through the bullshit and then get to the crux, the root cause of certain shit, you'll find out what this man was mad at Balls, because he was basically saying, like, dude, we're famous. You are a star. And you are, and I'm kind of, because we know somebody, and this is subjective. This is subjective, but this is what New Jack's point of view was.
Right.
Said, you need to treat fans as such. You got these fans coming to your house. You in the car with them. You're putting yourself on the level as these fans, and since you associate yourself with me, then you put me on that level. Nah, you're a star. You are one of these people that wrestlers should look up to try to be like, and you're not that right now, because you doing this crazy. And I'm not trying to kick a man while he's down and he's not here. Right. This is on the. I'm giving you play-by-play from the YouTube. This is not my thoughts. This is from New Jack.
Right.
But basically, he was saying that you need to, going forward, you need to treat yourself as such and stop putting yourself on the level as a fan, which makes sense.
Absolutely, 100.
So, New Jack has some nuggets out there. You just gotta get to them. They're kind of tough to find. Yeah. But if you get to them, a lot of the stuff makes a lot of sense. And he had a lot of business acumen for pro wrestling. Yep. That could, quite honestly, to me, would help a lot of people out to this day.
Exactly.
Especially on the promo side. Like, New Jack's promos or it's about as believable as you can get. Take the profanity and shit out of it. When you see this man speaks and you hear the conviction in his voice, in his eyes, you believe what this man is saying.
Exactly.
Might do. Dude, it was so good. Some wrestlers were asking before they were about to work. It's like, hey, Jack, you ain't really ready to come out here and fucking kill me. I was like, dude, no, I'm not ready to do that. No. Like if you had a worker convinced that that's what he's been, that means you're good at promos. So
yeah. Steve Carino was actually one of those people. Like when he tweeted out in his tribute to New Jack, he said, New Jack was always good to me. He told me that since Jack Victory liked me, he'll put up with me.
Right.
He said we used to do these crazy 8-man tag in ECW, and Jack would always be the last to come in the ring, and I'd always get goosebumps when his music hit. Then I'd pray I wasn't the one catching that that crutch to the face. Thank you, New Jack. But that's that's another point. Like, we hear the stories about New Jack going into business for himself, brother, or like the time he fought the old man and Gypsy Joe. We fought Gypsy Joe, but it all came down, when you look at it, it all came down to wrestling, right?
Right.
New Jack would say even at the beginning of the Vic Grimes incident, he said we sat down and we talked about what we was gonna do. Jack didn't just go out there and do stuff. Even go back to Mass Transit incident. They talked about what they were going to do. He didn't just go out here and do it. So even with the Gypsy Joe joint, he got pissed off because Gypsy Joe wasn't selling it, which that was a mistake. But a lot of, I would say this, all of the people that bigged up New Jack said with just what you were saying, man, I was scared as hell. Like I walked in the building, I saw my name on the chalkboard next to New Jack, and I was like, oh no. But then they sat down and they said, I can't remember who said this, but they were like, we sat down to go over the match, and New Jack was like, all right, so I'm come in with the shopper cart, I'm gonna hit you with this crutch. And they were just like, all right, okay. So after you do that, you gonna say, he's like, all right, man, I'm gonna come up with the guitar. You duck the guitar. And he was like, bet, I ducked the guitar. I'm gonna get you with this trash can lid. And they basically like laid out the match like that. And the match went exactly like that. Right. And they out having beers afterwards, because at the end of the day, like you said, when Ricky Morton smartened him up, he was just like, oh, this is business. This is business. The fans want to believe that I'm crazy. Right. Y'all believe that I'm crazy. Right. Right. But let's work.
Right.
Let's work.
Yep. Yeah, man, we don't want to be this turned into a straight up New Jack episode, but young man, you will live on through this podcast.
Absolutely.
And your contributions to the business, I respect you, and I will acknowledge them as long as professional wrestling is out. And there's no doubt in my mind that you definitely left your mark on the business. Done what you did outside of the ring. Prime example today, Kobe Bryant has got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
You don't care about what this man did off the court, and there's scrutiny about him.
Exactly.
Some people even had the balls to bring that shit up. His body wasn't even out the damn morgue yet. Right. And you're talking about it.
Yep.
So,
but he wasn't perfect. No, but none of us are perfect. Nobody is.
Nobody's perfect. And if you think you perfect, dude, you stupid.
You probably one of the most messed up out of anybody. Right.
Probably one of them motherfuckers that took PTO to commit treason.
Well, if we make it that far, I got somebody on the docket for that too.
But New Jack, man, man. This, man, like the cameo is what brought it to this level for me and you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And here's another thing about, you look at the prices on Cameo. And we did this on the episode. Look at the prices on Cameo, and then look at what New Jack charged. New Jack made this accessible for the average person. I'm not going to pay Steve Harvey no motherfucking $800 for him to talk. For what?
For what?
New Jack was a reasonable price.
Exactly.
A reasonable price, and made it fun.
Yep.
So
man.
That tells about him, you know.
Right. And again, man, thanks again for that, man. Like that was, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, that, you know, the 3 people that got me into ECW, like one of them getting that for the show. And I, you know, wish we could have got him on for the show, but honestly, we did, you know what I'm saying? In a roundabout way. He said he wanted to be, he would come on the show, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep him in the memory of the show. And you know what? And it's like, not to fantasy book things, not to, you know, go down that path or whatever. But honestly, man, like, as I think about, you know, like ECW, like WWE ECW, when WWE started up ECW and all that, if, you know, we saw Sandman and we saw Balls Mahoney and we saw, you know, all of these cats that were in the original, Tommy Dreamer. And, you know, for the longest time, Tommy Dreamer was an agent. He was a producer at WWE, and you were really only left to start his own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of room for ECW cats in WWE. Now, you know, New Jack being a brother, you know, didn't do that. But I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think if he actually got a shot in WWE, and it wasn't this corporate bureaucracy and it wasn't all this carny shit, I think he would have been one of them cats that would be teaching promo class right now. He would be down in NXT with Norman Smiley, teaching cats how to wrestle. He would be teaching cats promo.
I never thought about, you are right. Yeah, he would be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the wrestling business would be better for it. Because you know, he was the type of cat that like, you know, people believe. And he was the cat that would just say what it is. He would say, you know, I think he would have been a good compliment to Dusty in NXT too, because Dusty was the hey, you know, he was the nice fatherly cat. New Jack would have been the bad cop. Hey man, that shit sucked. That shit terrible. I don't believe that. Why are you talking like that? That don't make no sense. But the wrestling business, I think. But here's the thing: I think the wrestling business still can be, even though he's not physically down in NXT. He's not physically in AEW. Any of these things. Wrestlers for real need to sit down and study his promos. Study his shoot videos. Study everything about him. I'll give the Young Bucks this credit. When the Young Bucks are currently heels. When they're heels, I don't like the Young Bucks because they get on social media. They use the same things that made them popular and baby faces and turn that to making heels. They on social media and they're just like, yo, we got $10,000 Dior Jordans that we creasing. You know what I'm saying? We putting creases in them. We getting dirty. They broke up SCU, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian on this past episode of Dynamite. Christopher Daniels got busted open and he bled on Matt Jackson's Jordan 1s. Right. And then Matt Jackson's like, you motherfucker, like you bled on my but that's the type of character development in this social media era of, you know, everybody's accessible, kind of like what you were talking about. Everybody can be on the wrestlers level per se. There are no cats that just like, hey man, we're going to be who we are in all aspects of the thing. Right.
I'm trying to find this XPW promo that New Jack cut. It was just him.
Yeah.
By himself. And it was like one of the realest like promos that I've ever heard from a wrestler. I can't find it, but it's dude, you believe, like, I don't even know what XPW was. It made me want to go ahead and book a ticket to go to that shit because dude, this promo, I can't find it. It's on YouTube somewhere. There's a lot of stuff. Memories. YouTube keeps a lot of people immortalized too. New Jack is definitely going to be one of those guys, man.
Exactly. I think too, one of the most underrated New Jack, like anything that New Jack is on is Beyond the Mat.
Yeah.
That movie from, I think it was from 2000. he was a big part of that movie. And the creator of the movie followed him around, and he even took him to an acting audition where he was like auditioning to be in some movie, and he's like reading, doing a table read for it. And just the way that like the creator of the movie played a voicemail from New Jack. He was like, "Hey, what's up, man? It's your favorite Negro, man. What's good? What's going on?" Which just that rapport. And that's what a lot of people talk about, is just how for whatever his persona was, how kind he was to people and how cool he was with people. Like, definitely check out Beyond the Mat. We remember it mostly for Draws and Vince Man, like he's gonna puke. He's gonna puke. People remember it for that. But New Jack is a big part of that movie, man. Check that out when you get a chance.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace, New Jack, man. We're probably gonna end the show with a promo from him. Yeah, man. A lot of knowledge that the business needs died with him, and it's a shame that, like, I never thought about that him being in NXT would definitely would have been an asset when it came to promos. I think so, because there's no doubt in my mind the conviction and the believability that he gave on his promos was arguably one of the best, if not the best, out there. Period. And
exactly.
I said it first. If you don't like it, I said it.
Double birds for that one.
Yep.
Well, it's about that time. It's about that time. We ain't gonna get up out of here. We ain't gonna get up out of here.
No.
Without I'm just gonna put it out there right now. Somebody got the how you take PTO to commit treason and Nate Robinson award this week.
Who we got it?
Well, before we get into that, go just explain the Nate Robinson award, the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness.
The Nate Robinson Award is agreed. We give out there's 3, including the Nate Robinson Award. The John Jones Memorial Freedom Award, which has been renamed from the You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass Is Doing Award to the John Jones Memorial Freedom Award, and then the On God in Them Award, where somebody does something and they say they're gonna do something, and the shit it turns left, and that did not happen. That's when you get the On God in Them Award. But the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness is if you do something that basically encompasses you getting all 3 awards. So apparently RVS has someone on the docket here who's getting all 3 of these sons of bitches. So RVS, who we have on the docket this week.
So this person is a repeat offender.
Oh no.
And due to their body of work this year alone, they might be a shoo-in for the John Jones Freedom Memorial Battle Royal at the end of 2021.
That's right, we did.
we did that at the end of 2020. Oh, it's coming 2021. We about to do that. But this person, they got the award last episode. Drake Wuertz, NXT referee, out here again. He did something again. You want to know what he did again?
Okay, wait a minute. We have to give an award for someone who gets the award back-to-back weeks on We Coming For You Cast. So
hey,
we have to give this a name. We have to give this a name. I gotta think of something good.
Yo, wait, is he might be a Triple Crown winner. He might be a Triple Crown going on a Grand Slam winner, champion of this award.
What did he do this time, man?
So
okay, well, let me ask you this: did he at least take his work shirt off before he did? He didn't take his work shirt off.
We don't know. We don't know because he skipped work. He skipped work to argue against children wearing face masks.
Lord have mercy.
Like NXT this past Tuesday. He just didn't show up. He skipped.
That job. This is more important.
This is more important.
So here's the thing. His heart his heart is in the right place. Okay, I can't sit here and tell. And so before y'all come at me, because y'all always want, you know what you're talking about. Fuck yourself. No, his heart is in the right place. All right,
Yes,
that
right.
shit is wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Now the mandates are starting to get lifted. What's his name? What's
Drake Wuertz.
it's starting to. So I mean, it's starting to work. Whatever you're doing, but just for the sake of us knowing, what does this man do? He skipped work. He didn't come to NXT.
Yeah. So he was not featured on Tuesday's edition of NXT because he attended a school board meeting for Seminole County Public Schools instead.
He didn't call off. He
didn't even take PTO. He no called, no showed. He no called, no showed.
Oh, the referees aren't fucking independent contract. They get dues, don't they?
Yes.
Oh, he fucked up. He no call, no show.
Yeah, he no call, no show. He's supposed to be there early to help set up the ring. And they out there turning the turnbuckles, getting them ropes tight. And they're like, yo, why ain't them ropes getting tight over there? Drake, get the rope. Drake.
He ain't even here.
He ain't even here. He ain't in here tighten up the ropes with the rest of us.
If you was back in work, back in the day when you worked in retail, you went on a little app that's supposed to say what time you supposed to be there, and his ass was supposed to do he was supposed to do the 11 to 7 shift, and he just decided just not to call his boss and let him know he just didn't show up.
He just didn't show
call
up.
Triple H to tell him shit. He just said, fuck it, I ain't coming.
Hey man, I'm pretty sure he got wrote up.
The district manager going to come in and talk to him about when the district. So I'm talking about my new job right now, y'all. I'm not gonna say where I work at, but I just say if you go to Super Ultra Mega Pro Wireless, if you worked in these establishments, right, you knew something was fucked up when HR was there. HR there wearing some jeans, a nice shirt, and some shoes. Everybody else in they little gear, to represent the company and all that shit. But when listen, if you worked in retail and HR is at somebody getting fired.
Somebody getting fired. Fired, not fired. Fired.
And you know how many businesses this company has, and this man is coming to your place, HR of Super Ultra Mega Pro Wireless comes in here, you getting fired.
Oh, there's a good chance that HR got flued out. Like they like HR don't live where you at. Right. They live somewhere. They live where corporate is.
HR ain't got no office.
They ain't got no office. They got flued out to come talk to somebody at your office.
The company had to they gave him per diem. They expensed his food. This motherfucker had a hotel room to fire somebody.
And he's staying more than one night. He came in the night before to get some sleep, and he's staying that night to get some more. So he ain't flying out right after firing somebody like that. He gonna stay one more night.
He got per diem to fire somebody.
Taking time away from his family to go fire somebody. So yeah, Drake Wuertz went up to the podium during the Seminole County Public School Board meeting and argued that the superintendent should repeal the face mask mandate in the county, and once again cited this conspiracy theory that masks play into the hands of predators that want to prey upon our children.
Man.
He also said that children wearing face masks are victims of tyrannical overreach before he proclaimed that the face mask mandate was a matter of parental rights and against the wishes of God. He then ended his speech with a Donald Trump quote. Now, this comes 2 weeks after he zoomed into literally the last episode, after he zoomed in to the Board of Commissioners meeting in full WWE apparel and claimed forcing and normalizing face covering only makes it easier for sex traffickers to target kids. So again, we don't know if he had his work shirt on because he just didn't show up for work. He might have showed up in an NXT shirt.
What you're doing, sir, is admirable. Your heart is definitely in the right place. And apparently this must hit, again, back to my original point. I guess we don't know what really goes on in this man's life, but
yeah,
call off, bro. Call Triple H and tell him, hey man, I can't make it in today. Don't call no show your job to do. Like it is admirable, but at least let them know you ain't gonna be there. So they
just let somebody know.
Call Teddy Long replacement to come in and take your shift.
let somebody know.
Wait a minute, hold up. So you knew this was going to happen. So when you was backstage the week, you ain't talked to the other referees like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna be able to make, like Eminem did in 8 Mile when he know he was gonna go to the rap battle and he called old boy and told him to take his shift and he said, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. You mean you couldn't tell me wasn't no referee back there, you wouldn't let them know to take your shift?
You ain't tell nobody. Like he could have went up to Asia Smith and be like, "Hey, check this out. I ain't gonna be here next week. You cover for me, or hey, let me holler at such and such. Like I don't know who's the head of the ring crew or the referees in NXT, but he could have pulled him aside. Hey man, I'm taking off. This dude is consistently taking PTO to commit treason or some other thing, because that's kind of another thing too. It's just like a part of, this whole like conspiracy theory and all that, like a lot of that goes deep. And allegedly one of the other refs said, like, basically he thinks like, if you don't believe in that, then you part of it. Like you in it. Like basically, it's basically like, back in the day when cats used to Joan, they'd be like, if you grin, you in. Like basically he's just like, look, if you ain't talk about it, you in it. You one of them.
Nah, bro, I'm not part of that, man. Where can they find you at? Fuck that shit.
Hey man, I'm RVS. You can find me at FrenchIce06. It's FRANCHICE06 on all social media. Rated R, man. Where can they find you at?
Oh boy, you can find me on all social media platforms at the number 8TD _R. That had an echo with that one. That was an echo.
That one got caught in the sides of the rooms right there.
Yeah.
But check this out, man. We talked about a lot on this episode. We talked about I didn't expose some of my grieving process on this episode. But if you would like to say anything about what we said, or hey man, share some thoughts about New Jack, share some thoughts about ECW. When did you first become a fan? Hey, let us know. Share it with us. At WCFY Cast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Make us a TikTok and talk about it, man. I'll do the TikTok stitch where I'm looking at you like, oh word, damn, that's crazy. Like on the side, how people be doing the joints where they like reacting to the other video. Right. I'll do that, man. We'll make that work. Or hit us up, WeCominForYouCast at gmail.com. Hit us up on the Facebook group at We Coming For You Wrestling Cast Fans, or just check us out. Check everything on there. We got plenty of stuff about New Jack on the website. That's prowrestlingblack.org.
Let's leave them with one, y'all. I'm gonna leave that. Give me them rights, man.
You got it.
Give me them right. We're gonna leave you with one right here, y'all. We'll leave you with one.
It's only right.
Only right.
Side note, that New Jack in the nativity scene, that's gonna be my Christmas card next year.
We're gonna leave y'all with this one, y'all.
Yes, sir.
A 5-year run with ECW. And I'm known all over the world, Rob, and never went major. That says a lot. I don't give a fuck if it's negative or positive. That says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When you mention hardcore or extreme, New Jack name comes right in your face. That says a lot. You understand? I don't regret shit. None of it. And butthole is still the same size.
We out.
Peace.
Who don't come to see New Jack all around the fucking country? New Jack,
New Jack.
A lot of y'all, that's what you would.
Oh man. So, y'all, this is a pre-show promo that we come to. We just got on the topic of Black Mirror. And if you watch Black Mirror, it's sci-fi. It's like a futuristic version of Twilight Zone. but it's with our technology, but just a little bit of advance, and you probably can have an idea it might come out. So,
yeah, it ain't even that much advance. It's like very much so like somebody trying to make that shit while we speaking.
So there's an episode called "The Striking Vipers." All of y'all probably laughing right now.
If you've seen it, you know what we talking about.
You seen it. It literally, when the shit happened, and you was like, no, come on.
Whoa. Like, whoa.
That's all I got, y'all. If you know, you know.
Good night.
One last question. If there was never a Natural Born Killers song, what would the song of choice be?
Oh, y'all come to see New Jack. I'm around the fucking country, New Jack.